Hello.
There we go. Hopefully you can all hear us. Hello, people of the internet. Welcome to Heavyweight Gaming. We are a role-playing Dungeons & Dragons, Pathfinder, Carbon 2185, anything that involves making up a make-believe character, or a make-believe real character. Rolling some dice and having a laugh. We love stories, we like sharing our stories, and we're going to share some more stories with you tonight. This is our homebrew campaign, Fables Among Titans. It is Dungeons & Dragons 5th Ed. This is session 41. Sweet Jesus. This story's been going on, well, what's that? 300? No,
Just shy of a year?
Yeah, just shy of a year. What's 41 times 3? Jesus Christ, that 100 and some hours.
Much hours.
We've got lots of hours poured into these lunatics. So yeah, right. So we do the normal stuff first. Social media, we're all over social media. Facebook is basically our stream announcements. Twitter we use more often to announce and me talk crap about my world building antics. So you can find us on social media. Just type in Heavyweight Gaming and you should find us. We've got a YouTube channel if you want to catch up with everything that we've done previously, whether it be our stuff, one-shots, charity stuff, friends doing one-shots, etc, etc. Got a real cool Vampire Masquerade 2 or 3 parter on there if you go check that out. So go check out all the good stuff. We have sponsors because we're famous and going to be millionaires this time next year, Rodney. If you don't get that reference, you're too young and probably shouldn't be watching this. So we are sponsored by Loke Battle Mats, who, if you are a geek in any way, shape or form, who likes to pull maps from the internet and back Kickstarters, you will know who they are. They are an incredible map artist. I think they stream on Monday nights, actually, their current workings that they're doing for future projects. But they've done their big book of battle mats. It's A3, A4, A5. You just flip them out on your table and you've got beautiful scenery. They have added tokens to their repertoire. They did a Towns and Taverns, which was a lot of urban maps. They just had a very, very successful... Who the hell is that? Bandersnatch Studios.
It's gravy
Like you're on the wrong
time.
account. I've signed it. I was wondering why it was saying I wasn't subscribed.
Right.
Because you're on the wrong account.
I am indeed.
I was like, I recognise that name. They've had a very, very successful Kickstarter with their Wilderness, which they have started pumping out to people. So if you backed it, it should be with you. If you didn't back it, you're in for a treat. Hello, Dominic. Are you okay? Yeah. Okay. So check out Loki Battle Match. If you go to DM's Guild, they're on DM's Guild, and you can purchase their digital versions of every map they've ever done. Some of them are for free, some of them are pay what you want, and some of them are a set price. Go check them out, they're amazing. I have received my digital versions of the Wilderness Kickstarter they've just done, so they will definitely be appearing at this lot's feet. So that's Loki Battle Mats. We also are sponsored by a quality little artist called, I don't know if he's little, I'm calling him little because I'm big, Coyote Grey. If you go to Roll20 and look at the market and type in Coyote Grey, you will see all his artwork, all his chibi packs. He does chibi tokens. They're all based on his own campaign, but they're very, very, what's the word? They drop into any campaign. Universal. Thank you, Jade. They're universal, and you can use them all over your D&D stuff. He's also just started doing Cyberpunk ones, which I obviously bought and started using them as Cyberpunk games. So we use the chibi tokens. Ruffworx Creative. Basically, my advert for Grindr. Just go check him out. He's beautiful. Woodwork, leatherwork, unmatched in the world of woodworking and leatherworking, unless you watch us on a Saturday evening, in which case Sawdust Swearwords is unmatched in woodworking. But depending on the day. But
Gravy time.
It's gravy time.
Yeah.
Thank you for the subscription, the Prime subscription from Maybonics. So go check out Ruffworx Creative on Facebook. He doesn't use his Twitter hardly ever, but if you go check him out on Facebook, you will see stuff there. And he's recently just won a competition for a homemade axe. You know what I mean? How the other half live. And Ashana, who may be streaming tonight, I don't know. Ashana's had a bit of a break recently, but she is an incredibly talented glass crafter. Go check her out on. She does most nights a week, whether she's playing World of Warcraft or such. But if you really want to see her do a glass crafting, I think it's Tuesdays and Fridays. I might have to confirm, but definitely Tuesdays. Absolutely amazing at glass crafting. She's done D&D miniatures. She's put together this lot's dice protectors, little coloured dragons. When she's finished the figurines that I've ordered from her, they'll all come over in a wunner. Hopefully. I've been saying this for 9 months. But yeah, so they're coming over. I would like to point out that I always forget to do that the artwork of the lovely characters that you see on screen are done by Lilytuft on Twitter.
Yes.
If you go check out Lilytuft on Twitter, she is an amazing talent and has done little characters for us, well, previous characters and these current characters. So, and we're looking to get more and more from her because she's an amazing talent and you should go check her out. We use Syrinscape. We are currently using the Syrinscape online play, which is an application that all your players download, and whatever the Dungeon Master or the owner of the account plays, it plays through their app. So the players themselves can listen to what the DM has imagined the ambient music should be, and they can also turn it up and down depending on their preference of volume. So if you're into your music for your games, whether it be online or sat at table, go check out Syrinscape. They're not a sponsor, but maybe one day. Bits. If you give us money, this lot get rerolls. So if you donate 200 bits to this lovely bunch of coconuts, they'll get a free reroll. They can use it. They have to use it this week. They can't carry them over. They can only have every 5 at one time. They can't use them on death saving throws, and they can't use them on the DM's rolls. 200 bits. There you go.
Gravy time.
It's gravy time. Thank you for the Prime subscription, Mel.
Tashes. Don't
what
forget Tashes.
Tashes. Oh, and we've got a book out on DM Skill. Not DM Skill. Drive through. DM Skill. Where have we got it?
Oh, I never remember the link for this
Where
one.
have we got it? Where have we got it?
Crockpot. Crockpot.
Crockpot. So it's called Tasha's Heavier Crockpot of Bits and Bobs. 200 copies sold. Absolutely rammed with great artists that have done work for it. Great authors that have just written, like, the amount of geekery in there is so cool. There is 80 new spells, brand new subclasses, races, items. It's amazing. Absolutely amazing. And go check out some of the cool artwork in there as well. The cover is actually done by a friend of ours who did all the Arcane script covers. But she doesn't like credit, so, you know. What have I got left, Mel?
I think you got everything.
Yes! Da, 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 da. Right, let me get some music going.
That's because Jeannie reminded you.
Yeah.
That is true. I'm just trying to play some music.
If I'm nice, maybe I won't die.
Nah, it doesn't work like that. I'm sorry, Jeannie.
That's adorable.
I'm here to be the adorable character.
Let me
That is
try.
true.
Let me just turn that down for folks at home, maybe.
In this campaign, you're going to be the adorable
Bit concerned that I can hear a banjo. Banjos never mean anything good.
I don't know where the banjo's coming from. Well, I can hear it now. This isn't the one that I wanted before.
Banjos usually are followed with the words "Get out of my swamp." not. I can see Luke thinking about it there. Not the Shrek version of "Get out of my swamp." Just the swamp hillbillies.
I was more thinking you're not from around these parts, but yeah.
That also works, but yeah.
To be fair, I went
Things
straight
tend to get a bit
There's
deliberate.
a rocking,
Yeah.
there's a rocking chair, there's a jug of ale with 3 extras on, a man playing a banjo, a shotgun next to him, and the words "Get out of my swamp."
So, hopefully people can hear that, huh? A little recap. And as we recap, I'll go to my notes, because I can't remember yesterday.
About a week off. It's been long.
Session
It's-
40 notes. Serpent fight. Soulbound.
Yeah.
That's it. That's literally what I wrote for session 40.
Jesus. Wet.
I
Assuming she
have
can
5
still,
pages of notes.
assuming she can still hear us, was somebody in the chat missed 3 sessions
3 sessions?
because she was moving
Yeah.
house. So if
Yeah,
we could do a
Angela.
little bit
Oh.
further back.
Missed.
Fucking Angela. Eh? Oh, I've got
She
to
only
do
plays
it
on
now.
a Friday, you know, it's fine.
You're lucky, I know you. Right, okay, so basically in the last 3 sessions, it's been the last 45 minutes of the characters' lives.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's been long.
2 hours and
Long
45
day.
minutes, because that was a long corridor we walked
That
down.
is true, that is true.
Long day.
So the party, for you, Angela, I'm going to start at, they got to the wall, they managed to interact with the city that is built in within the wall. They went to Harry's family residence. Harry got a bit of a reunion with his mother. The wall was attacked quite aggressively by demons and fiends and devils. There is a particular order of draconic demons known as the Pale that have been attacking the internals of the wall, something that's never been done before. There was enormous giant-like demonic draconic demons outside the wall, slamming into the stonework itself with obsidian hammers. There was an air elemental army led by Adarnus, called in as a favour by Kesvion, who brought his air elemental army to aid them, and they started slamming into the demons. The party ended up on top. Harry got kicked off a wall. I don't know if you were here for that. The party was on top of the wall. They helped the fight with the demons on top of the wall. The Balgura, the bone demons, the spine demons, the devil demons, the devourer demons that I will point out Xandria force pushed off a wall with like a couple of points of Eldritch Blast. During all that, they went back down into the wall after being asked to check on the magic that keeps the wall super strong. They went down, fought their way through the wall, got to see Harry's father. It's a very short conversation. Got to meet Fantonio, which I've tried to, Fantasy Antonio, for those of
Never going to get over Fantonio.
Fantonio, brilliant name.
I like his actual name better, but
Oh yeah, Harry got kissed by his ex and then decided the best reaction to that was to kiss Sandria.
I mean, that's...
we
That
still
went
haven't
well
actually
for him.
explored that yet.
I kept it out, I
forgot about that.
I try to keep it out.
Yeah, thanks
Thanks
for
for reminding of the role play. The party have made it to the dragon door. You loudmouth ginger sod. That's right, lad. Jesus, wept. Made it to the dragon door that leads beneath the wall to a place that Harry has never been, and Harry was unaware of, especially the fact that its architecture of said cavern system is more akin to the mines of Moria, as long as they don't sue me. Down there, they fought. They fought a couple of constructs of brass and copper. One of them they defeated really, really quickly. The other one they kind of helped nearly kill them. Then they fought an obsidian construct. They discovered the ivory key and a mithril spoon, which is highly important for the story. They then went looking for where this anchor could possibly be, and they entered the great hall of this sunken castle. Stop enjoying life, Samson. All right, just sit there and be quiet.
Quiet, child.
Quiet, child.
You should be seen but not heard.
What was I saying? You've thrown me off now. Oh yeah, so they found this flooded castle-like structure beneath the ivory wall. For you, Ange, just so you know, the wall is 2 days long. I love that. Within the flooded hall, they discovered the lovely little gecko creatures that kind of give the water a glow. Beneath the surface of the water is a hoard of treasure that is beyond countable, at least, without spending a few days there picking every coin up. But it's deep beneath the waters and is everywhere they looked when they looked beneath the surface. Harry and Kesvion discovered the Soul Anvil and Forge at one of the far ends of one of the forks. The hall kind of is a Y, and at the far left-hand side of it, they found the Soul Forge and Soul Anvil. There was a bit of a conversation with a presumed elven creature called Arterion, who seemed to be very, very fond of Natathrin Sasha, the ivory dragon soul that is bound to the wall itself. Kesvion and Harry basically decided to swap places with the ivory dragon. Kesvion was rejected due to his time in the Realm of Souls, where he lost 2 death saving throws and therefore was not substantial enough as a offering. in doing so, Ari and Kesvion became soulbound. So now there are certain things, I heard about the cannonball, there are certain things that they can do that will give each other advantage in certain situations, and other things that will put them at detriment.
Otherwise known as Dragon Married.
Otherwise known as Dragon Married. Ari convinced Natathryn that it would be the right thing to swap, and that Ari would do everything he could to make the freedom of Sasha possible, and left the Soul Anvil. The party then went looking for the anchor room, but before they did that, they tried to kill Xandria. Xandria survived after said cannonball.
Cannonball!
Which she'd have had more chance of surviving a cannonball to her face than diving beneath the water. Probably not with those hit points. They found the anchor room, which was 2 serpents of a strange electrical energy around them, that they then spent 2 weeks kicking 7 shades out of.
Look, I am not a smart man.
400 hit points later of serpent death, they managed to defeat the anchors, and Kesvion and Ari were given their final question of, are you willing to do this freely? They both said yes. The soul of Natathryn Sasha was released. They received a gift, and yeah, so that's where we left them. Just before the wonderful conversation with Sasha, Xandria tried to break some of the fiendish druidic dwarven glyphs within the basins that were part of the anchor ritual, and lost her lance. Kesvion had tried to break the same thing with his beautifully empowered scimitar of ever-changing death, and lost it.
Yep.
Then, with his lightning-quick reflexes, grabbed Ari's magic sword, the rapier of godlikeness, and threw that
Lost
way
that one
as
too.
well.
That's all gone.
So,
gone.
other than druids shillelagh, they are out of
Why
magic
why
weapons.
didn't you just take the only thing that is literally a stick?
We don't
Because
know.
Why'd you have to lose all the magic stuff?
Because Ari said, the dragon said, that the rapier was the key to it. So
yeah,
Kes
Did.
thought
And
it would be.
He tried
That's
himself
why
and
they
then
were
got
losing their
knocked
weapons.
unconscious.
Also,
I'm
The
with you,
dragon
that's fair.
said, will you give me your sword? That's... Oh, I need your sword, or something along those lines.
Yep.
Ari were like, it must be my actual sword.
Must be my sword. He's not intelligent. He's not wise.
None of us are intelligent.
That is true. So,
That is true. That is accurate.
we lead into this session with
fuck all.
Xandria unconscious and 3 hours or 4 hours? Is it 3
4
hours?
for Xandria, 3
Four
for Ruby.
4 for Xandria before she regains consciousness naturally, as the party are unable to. They have no potions, no spells, no nothing to bring Xandria around naturally. Ruby is in the same predicament, but only out conscious for 3 hours. Ari was out cold, but because of his interactions with the dragon, is conscious on 1 hit point. And I will say, with a level or 2, you have 2 levels of exhaustion. So make sure you are aware of that. Kesvion and Sapphire, you are conscious and in whatever physical state you were in after the fight. I believe Kes ain't doing too bad. Sapphire, you took a bit of a sting now and then.
Oh, yes.
And they let Artarian go. So, there is a dull thud every now and then of heavy hitting sounds above you that you can only assume are the creatures still attacking the wall. On your way down here, despite the adrenaline of the rush to get down here, it was quite busy up above. Once the promise to allow Natathryn Sasha to be free, Ari and Kes, you received somewhat of a cutscene of their soul wreaking havoc on the demons and devils, fiends, etc., attacking the wall. And they backed off. It gave the wall a bit of respite. How long, you are unaware. But you did also notice that the air elemental army was not as thick and strong as it was when you first called in your fervor, Kes. You are deep beneath the wall. How deep, you don't know. You just travelled, took turns, took stairs, swam, moved around. Your bearings are somewhat out at the minute. Sapphire, Kess, fully conscious. Ari is conscious that you notice across the opposite side from you, Kesfion, but groggily pulling themselves to their ass. And 3, 2, 1, go.
I think Kessel kind of haul himself up, help Harry the rest of the way up, and then he's going to go over to check the bull things that they sort of did whatever it was they did to it, and he wants to see if they've changed any.
Give me a investigation check.
That is a 14.
It appears where the scratch marks were made, you can see the liquid now as a clear, it's more transparent than it was before. Where the scratches were made in the broken glyphs, there seems to be, I say repaired, it looks like, is it bedtime? No, dude.
Well, children.
Guys.
Well, night, Dom.
It's coming.
Alright. Hurry up, I've got fans watching. 2,000
Dom's just like really slow, does not
fans,
really
yeah.
care.
Not fans, like people that like the show. Yeah.
Dom does not care.
You don't
Dom
care, do
does
you,
not.
mate? Bye-bye. Alright, mate. You get your own channel. Get your own channel, lad. Jesus Christ.
Too young to have a channel.
He's not.
He
So,
is 13.
if it pays the bills. So, the glyphs that you broke with your weapon strikes and such, you've noticed that they've been repaired in a way that if somebody smudged your writing and you tried to correct that writing, it just looks off. You can never quite replicate how it initially was. But the gaps in between that join up where you've broken the glyph and infernal language is now in some of it common and some of it has that like sylvan fair fluidity to it. Give me an intelligence check.
Intelligence. Kess.
In fairness, it's no worse than my investigation will have been, so...
True.
It is actually better. That is a 19 down to an 18.
Down to an 18. You look across at Ari, look across at the... You go back between the pools, and then the penny drops. The fact that you two have bound yourselves, you two have rebound the circle, as it were. So the repairs are done by the fact that you are of a fair nature and a human nature. Oh, and we also found out that Ari's got a bit of fae in him. Whee!
Somebody somewhere.
So Sapphire would have, like, he immediately jumped up to go and help, and then, like, seeing that they're fine, he's like, okay, cool, I'll just come and sit down. He goes and sits down next to the unconscious ones, and he's just like, fuck it, I'm gonna rest for a bit. They seem fine. I'll ask when they're ready.
Ari's kind of gonna be like, killed them? Cool. But where's my rapier?
I'm sorry. When I was breaking the seal on one of whatever these are, I lost my grip.
I mean, it knocked me unconscious, so... Yeah. Where's your sword?
Wherever yours is, presumably.
Interesting. Can't we do much about that now?
We should start heading back up.
Yeah.
You'll kind of like stretch a little bit and start heading back over to Sapphire, and probably pick up Drea.
Okay, so you pick up Zandria and as comfortable as you can.
So is the plan to just he kind of gets up, lifts up Ruby. So are we just gonna head back into whatever we're going to potentially see up there?
Not got much, unless you have another idea. You just got to keep going forward at this point.
Literally, the only other idea I had was rest a bit and make sure us three are at least as strong as we can be. But that, yeah, that's fine. I don't think things are going to get much better in the nearby future.
Time, sadly, isn't something we've got in great supply right now.
Yeah, okay. And he heaves Ruby up onto his shoulder like fireman's lift style, so he can move better.
I was like, cool. I got no strength. God, they've got them.
You can carry the mouse.
That might be a bit of a stretch for Ari, I don't know. Ari's just about carrying himself right now.
Yeah, he'll kind of lead the way, I guess, with his daggers.
Roll initiative.
Yeah, we get it, you're salty. Jeez.
So as Sapphire's carrying Ruby and Kestrion's carrying Zandria, you head out back through the walkways and stairways, up and around to where you come to where the watery area is, and the flooded hall. But there's also the pathways that lead out to where you first entered this complex, where you defeated the brass, copper, and obsidian constructs. Do you go to water, or do you go to doorway?
I'll kind of look towards the unconscious ones and be like, don't think we'll get through the water anytime soon.
Not unless your little friends can band together and decide to carry unconscious bodies.
If it was Ruby, they could talk to them.
Oh,
You've travelled a fair way back up here.
Hey, how long has that taken them to get
It's
up
about
the stairs?
2 hours to get down.
So it'll take you about an hour and a half, I'd say.
Yeah.
You're not hindered. You're able to, you can comfortably take a 2-minute rest, pick them back up, etc. So about an hour and a half.
Okay.
Sorry. About 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
That's it, yeah. The other way. The other way. You didn't do it quicker.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like...
Focus on me, you bastard. There you go. So yeah, it's taking you about 2.5 hours. So in about half an hour, Jeannie will be Ruby will be coming round.
I mean, I could probably shuttle one across, keeping them like safely above water, but I couldn't do 2 at once.
Out of character, I don't remember who checked Ruby to know that she's got 3 hours.
I think it was either yourself or Sapphire.
I think it was. That's what I'm trying to remember.
Oh no, that was earlier on.
Anyway, but yeah, I'll kind of be like, I think Ruby should be coming round relatively soon if we want to have a little rest and
Sure.
look around a bit, or like, so we come up to like the doorway, haven't we? Like where we came down behind the tapestry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you got the waterway. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do not like that sudden noise.
I think it was just the music.
Yeah. Unless it's AD pressing a specific button.
Yeah. That's what I don't trust.
Well, if we've got
case,
a little bit of time, I'm not going to complain about a small rest.
We'll give it a go then. And we'll pop Sandria down. And just kind of like chill at the water edge.
So as you come out of the from behind the tapestry, you see the large glass soul anvil in front of you, and you can now see it's empty of the cloudy, thick, milky ivory mist that was in there originally. The glass has a very right now a very dulled greeny blue colour to the glass itself, as if it's had a very, very thin ink wash. And within it there is a, not as thick, but there is a small building mist of pale blue and pale green.
Harry might walk over to it.
You get zapped in, and there's a blue and green dragon.
No! There he goes again.
I need more souls. Give me more souls. They are definitely our souls.
Wow.
Not wrong, though.
It's taken me 40 sessions to get that in.
Harry knocks on the side and something knocks back.
Do you knock on the?
It's gravy time.
Thank you, dwarf warrior. 15 months, yeah, boy.
Damn, dwarf.
He's not gonna like necessarily touch it. He's more just kind of gonna have a look at it.
As you walk across from where you come out towards the soul anvil, for Ange it's 30 foot long. Can you give me a perception check?
17.
17?
Mm-hmm.
There's something out the corner of your eye, you just sort of look left. And you know the domed soul forge itself, this enormous, like, half shell amphitheatre. There is a static blue charge that just ripples through an area on the insides of it, almost as if reacting to you walking like under them.
Awkward. Can I just be like, I guess it's what happens when you have some part of you trapped in that. He'll still continue over to the...
You get over to the 30-foot glass anvil. Like I said, the pale blue and green mist within. It looks recognisable, but you have no idea why. You probably know why, but there's nothing obvious.
Okay. Is there anything else? Is there any sign of a sword? Nearby?
In the middle of the 30.
In the middle of the lovely big area?
Is there a sword
think
in
in
a
a
storm that
rapier?
I could just pull out?
Just, a rapier of some
In the next
description.
Ravenholm.
Settle for a scimitar.
Give me a perception check.
Oh god, please roll well. That's a 19, we're alright.
You
No.
see,
No, it's still the answer, yeah. I know.
as you look deeper, you get a little bit closer. Do you touch?
Yeah.
As you touch
Nick
it,
it.
there is a unnatural familiar. You recognise it a lot. Yeah.
Familiarity.
There you go. That word
Deja vu?
of just being next to this anvil. It's like finding your long lost teddy as an adult that you had as a kid, not as an adult. You know what I mean? But when you look at Jade's camera, when you look deep into the mists, you see 9 sunstones all glowing very similar to the way they did when you activated the soul harnessing ritual before, but no image of an actual weapon.
Sapphire's going to take a short rest.
Sapphire is indeed taking a short rest. Would you like to roll your hit dice?
I would love to roll some hit dice. Oh my god. Okay.
I mean, Ari would also kind of like to take a short rest after he's done this, so...
When you get to it, you
worth a
can.
chance.
So what do you do?
You can see the sunstones within the actual anvil.
Yeah, the exact same sunstones you had in the hilt, in the eagle hilt of the rapier. Just they're a little bit larger, almost like tennis ball size. But you see these 9 sunstones just in the mist, all glowing. They're not like zzz, they just have that, internal hue that
I'll
pulsates.
probably check kind of glance over at the Soul Forge as well and just see if there's anything different in there.
The Soul Forge itself, so the big arch. So you turn around and have a look, and you can now see. You look originally where you saw that static charge across the way, and you can now follow it like a small rodent running around a plaything. This pale blue static energy racing around all the druidic dwarven glyphs.
Okay. He'll kind of call Cass and be like, Cass,
Mm-hmm.
come here a sec.
Kess will kind of lever himself up and kind of
Just leave me alone.
yeah.
Give me a perception check, guess.
Perception is +5. So that is an 18.
You see a similar seaweed green static charge race across the druidic and dwarven glyphs and runes that are on the Soul Forge.
Is there something specific I'm supposed to be looking for? He's gonna kind of like side eye Ari, like.
Kind of glance back at him and just be like, yeah, we're definitely linked to the wall.
I mean,
This was it. This was the final clue.
all
the rest.
just like.
Like, well, I hope so. Otherwise, everything we just did down there was for freaking nothing.
Yeah. That's. Yeah,
Don't
that's what
try.
this has all been.
Yeah, it's... The stones from my rapier are showing inside the thing, and I don't know. I don't know what all this is. It's been a long day. And he'll go and have a short rest.
Cass was like, I was just having a short rest, didn't you? You called me over it.
Yep.
I
Gonna
will-
be a pain.
By the time you've walked over, had a look at the thing, had your riveting conversation with Guestfield,
Yeah.
sat back down, time passes. Ruby, you awaken on 1 hit point. You don't have a level of exhaustion, just Ruby is very tired. But you are conscious.
So as Ruby stirs, one of the first things is the hand goes to the hair, finds a live mouse. Satisfied.
Give me an investigation check.
That is an 11.
You do not find Jeremiah.
This sort of like is a bit more of a wake-up call. And she doesn't sit up, but she sort of opens her eyes and she's looking around, and as well as Jeremiah, she's looking for the others, and you can sort of hear as she like roams her eyes over them. Jan,
Give me a perception check.
Tan. That's a 12.
You don't see Jeremiah, but you do see a few of the geckos at the water's edge, just down past where the soul anvil is. So from you, it's about 30, 40 feet.
So I can't see Kess.
Oh, you can see
Harry.
them. You can see them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry,
So that's
yeah, your perception check wants to see them. It was Jeremiah.
No, there's Jan, Tan, Tess, and she realizes there's no number 4. Looks around to see Xandria.
It's laid next to you. It's like tongue out.
Basically shouts Xandria's name, tries to sit up, finds the massive wound in her shoulder, screams in pain.
There's an echo of screaming throughout this flooded hall.
But still tries to sit up and crawl over to Xandria.
She's literally laid next to you on blankets and stuff.
Sapphire's probably the other side of Xandria as well. Like, massive scream. Up! Jesus.
Sensitive chaos.
Good morning to you too. Oh.
You see Sapphire, you see Kess, you see Ari, all seem to be doing what you know to be rudimentary first aid. Like they're just, keeping things covered or using bits of bandage they've got in their bags and kit and material just to tie off and, just general basic first aid.
Right.
And Xandria sparked out next to you.
When Xandria and Cass were unconscious after the swimming debacle, you said that the healing spirit dog just kind of sat there and they got some healing back, as opposed to rolling d6s. Is that how that now if I cast it, or am I directing the dog to different people?
The reason it didn't do d6s is because it'd run out.
The one I summoned directly after we fished Xandria out of the drink.
I thought you did roll for that.
No, you said it just kind of sits there going vroom, 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 between them, and they come round.
It was more because they hadn't any hit points. Like Xandria didn't lose hit points.
Right.
So there was no healing to be done. So it was less of a you don't need to roll because it will do its job because there's nobody to heal. So it would do as it normally does. You'd roll dice for it.
Yeah, I will cast. We're pretty badly fucked up, aren't we? I've got a second level 4 spell slot from the level up, so I'm going to cast Healing Spirit at level 4.
You do awaken with a renewed link to your druidic ways. Might go unconscious more often. So you cast Healing Spirit level 4?
Yeah.
So the beautiful little dog comes out, starts licking everyone and racing round. What does at level 4 do?
Level 4. Basically, we roll 3d6 per heal instead of 1. And you said is it 4 turns of combat it gets?
It is your It is your wisdom bonus +1.
Yes, so 4.
Yeah, so you will get to roll that 4 times.
2 for me and 2 for Xandria. I think
so
we're in the worst shape.
Roll your 2 for you first, or Xandria, whichever you want to do it on.
Right. Yeah, Xandria, if you roll 66, and I don't have 66 physically, so I'll roll 3d6 twice.
Okay.
More dice, Genie.
I know some people, Jenny.
Right.
18.
That's how many hit points you get back, Andrea. That's pretty much max for you.
11,
No, it's
14,
not.
It's not far
18,
off.
22.
It's just over half.
I forgot you'd done well last time.
11,
So you've got 11.
14, 18, 22, 28 hit points.
You got 28 hit points.
Yeah, off 66.
Jesus Christ. Alright, carry on.
So hopefully that should bring Xandria around.
No, you've healed yourself.
Oh, I can't remember.
You made Xandria roll.
Well, I
for
was
herself.
on 1, wasn't I? So I'll be
Ruby.
on 29 now.
Ruby, you rolled for yourself, yeah?
Yeah,
Yeah, and Xandria rolled for herself.
so I'm on 29 now.
Yeah. So, and then said, Border Collie vanishes. With a strange whistle. Yeah.
In sheepdog. Makes sense.
Yeah, I'm fluent. Yep.
Come by, come by.
Come by.
Like the sheep.
Wait a minute, wait a minute.
But he's a cat. Sheepdog cat.
Oh,
Sheepdog
sheepdog
cat.
cat.
So I've seen a movie.
Can we roll some hit dice, Doody?
You have all had a short rest, except Andrea and Ruby. But you other three can use your hit dice.
I have rolled a d12 and 6 d8 of my 7. And I'm back to full, and I still
I'm
have
rolling all
1
my
d8 left.
d8s. And I'm going to add them all up. I rolled
So-
2, so.
It has been 3 hours and a bit. Maybe it's been 3.5 hours by the time you guys did your short rest. Ruby came round, has set a dog on Xandria, and you guys have finished.
Welcome back to the lands of the living. It's a bit more, it's a bit closer to being accurate than I like it to be, but it's good to see you back. So, Ari, Kess, do you want to fill us all in on what exactly happened down there? I didn't want to ask before, but now that we're all living and conscious, and the bleeding has stopped on us three.
Add up. I have to get the calculator out.
Pause while Mel does math.
I have to get the calculator out. I'm like, oh no.
So Kess.
Dragons free.
Good. Wait. Good. Yes.
Good.
Mm.
I think she's gone to protect the wall. They've gone to protect the wall.
Mel, you're doing that thing where you go quiet again.
Okay, I
Tickle,
messed
Mel.
up anyway. I think they've gone to protect the wall.
Oh. Okay.
There's a look on Ruby's face. It seems to be filtering through slower than it normally would. But she eventually manages do it full.
What?
What did you say?
Will it do it? Does it fall?
The wall. No, it's
It's not strong.
Tathrin Sasha was free to go. As a thank you, they've given a good fight up there, which is more than they needed to, in honesty, for what was done to them. But it's bought a little bit of time.
Should be them safe?
Would it be easier for us to do this in Elvish, Ruby?
It's back in half.
I can't speak halfling. I'm sorry. Do you need a nap? Kess looks like genuinely concerned for your well-being. He's like, does magic not help head wounds?
She mutters but waves it off. Just, I'll try.
I'm sorry.
Slowly.
Yeah, we...
All the people in the wall. Be them safe.
Hopefully.
Kess, Fionn, just tell them what you've done. They need to know. They might as well know now.
Ari and I traded places.
Well, Ruby follows that train of common through, looks at Sapphire, looks at Cass, and scoots a little bit away from Xandria.
I mean, bearing in mind from what was described previously, I now have scales.
Now have a lovely glass arm.
And a glass arm.
What's
It's like,
the
what
point?
happened? What, this smoothie?
No one has noticed them unless Kess points it out.
No. Ari and we switched with Natathrun, Sasha.
Be you free?
Yes and no.
Sapphire keeps looking at Ruby like there's something wrong with him. It's like, what the fuck is happening?
She catches the look, she's like... I learns common... later?
Oh, yeah, okay. No, that explains everything. I understand. He then kind of side-eyes Andrea as she hasn't reacted yet. And he's concerned.
Just sleeping, man.
You've got all your
woke
health
you
back
up.
and you just gone back to sleep. You're not, nah.
Nah. I'm aware I'm healed. I'm just like, nah.
Oh, okay. My bad. I thought she was conscious.
I thought she was conscious.
No, I'm conscious. I'm just
Xandra's,
not.
she's not reacting.
Not reacting.
Yeah, I'm just like, it's like that thing, do you know, where you're awake, right? But you don't want people to know you're awake.
Yep.
So you pretend you're still asleep. Imagine Xandria's doing that because she just cannot be fucking arsed. She just wants to relax for at least 10 minutes whilst being conscious. She's just sick of every time she's conscious, right? She's got this shit going on. So she thinks to herself, if I just lay still and don't make any movements,
For 10 minutes in bed.
I can just have an extra 10 minutes in bed.
Yeah.
And I get a
And
surprise
enjoy
round.
it. Yeah. Sneak attack.
The wall needed something.
Still gonna fall quicker than with Natatha's Sasha, but I couldn't leave it trapped. I just couldn't.
Quicker than when? Quicker than tomorrow? Quicker than
a
100
dragon's-
moons?
Quicker than a dragon. We're two of us isn't equal to the soul of an ancient dragon.
There's a word. There's a word when everyone leaves because it's not safe.
Evacuate?
Do we do that?
I don't think they can.
It's
The wall needs to stand and people need to fight on it for as long as they can. As soon as the wall comes down and there's no one left to hold the line,
But if it falls with everyone in it,
they're dead anyway.
so do they make a new line further back? I mean, you says quicker. Do it
quicker could be tonight. It could be 10 years from now. It could be 20 years from.
Harry, just so you remember, Gieselfurt is the fortress city that is for such an occasion if the wall falls.
Just thinking that, I'm sure there was a fortress. Sure there was a Lord of the Rings fortress there somewhere.
I don't know, Ruby. I don't know the answers to any of this.
I guess my only question is, I mean, firstly, I'm really glad you two aren't trapped here, because that was my big worry when the weird one was talking. But I guess the real question is, yeah, I got a good grip on him, and he made me very aware that I only had a grip on him because he decided to let me. And he teleported away shortly afterwards. But I feel like he told me, I think what he was telling me was true. He was talking about you two being the anchors now.
Pretty much what Natasha said. But they also wanted us to fly free, so we need to go help.
Yeah. Okay. I guess the question is, do we tell people? Who do we tell? Are you gonna?
We tell the hierarchy. Whoever's still left.
I'm presuming if Ari saw what I also saw, I think it's safe to say that they're aware that something has changed.
Yeah.
Okay, so they'll be investigating anyway. All right.
Catherine Sasha showed herself over the wall, so.
Oh, that must have been fun.
Let's see. Can we go back up now? Is everyone feeling okay? Are you feeling better, Ruby?
Find my mouse.
Kess will get up and see if he can find or see any.
Ruby would like to try looking again as well.
Give me a perception check, Cass, first.
Sure, that is that is a 17.
You see a small mouse at the edge of the water with two of the geckos, and they seem to be. You swear they're engaged in conversation, just the way they're looking at each other. No real noises, about 10 feet from you at the edge of the water.
Ruby, I think he's over there with the geckos.
Oh. Thank you. As she walks, she sort of clambers up, and as she walks past Cass, she stops next to him, sort of jerks her head back at Xandria and goes, "She is awake."
I grew up with her. I know.
And Ruby goes to the edge of the water, sort of somewhat laboriously kneels down and sort of the hand out on the floor next to the mouse so he can climb aboard.
Give me an insight check.
He is now a gecko.
He's now the third anchor.
Yeah.
Dragon Jeremiah.
There's a bit of grey mist in there as well, you know.
Jeremiah the
Natural
mouse suddenly turns
20.
into a tiny
natural
dragon.
20.
A natural 20, which on an insight to me
insight
is a
on a mouse.
23.
23. That's your top roll for the mouse.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's how it be sometimes. That's how it be.
It's less of an educated insight and more of a you just seem to be aware of things around you more than you deem or claim. But Jeremiah definitely nods at the geckos before running up your arm into your hair.
Oh no, Ruby's not saying she's not aware. She's saying that she's having a hard time speaking her third learned language. That's why she's.
What
sounds
I'm saying
very
is she's
slow.
not overly insightful, is what I was getting at.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Got a +3.
Lovely.
Yeah.
You now have Jeremiah.
Yeah.
She nods to the others. We can go.
Harry, you feel
Drea.
compelled to kiss Drea.
Thinking,
I'm watching, chat.
Somebody just start threatening it loudly to see if it wakes her up. Like, ooh, Harry, maybe you should try True Love's Kiss. See if that wakes her up. I'm awake! I'm awake!
Pretty much what would happen.
Yeah,
Drea.
get fucked. He's already tried that once today.
Let's
Still
go.
the same day, guys.
So, you have the water to cross, filled with geckos.
Oh, Ruby, can you still speak to the geckos?
Aye.
They're kind of they know what's kind of down there, don't they?
Down in
Like
the
they-
water. Or
Yeah,
down
like-
in the room.
Down in the water.
Oh, aye, yeah.
They would
are.
know if anything new was appeared down there. Maybe.
I'll ask.
Thank you.
She relays this to the geckos, asking if anything new has appeared in their charge.
In the immediate depths straight in front of you, there's a thickness of these geckos, like they've all come to this particular point. You are aware there are hundreds of them throughout the flooded hall, but right here where you are, they bunched up a lot, and none of them are answering your questions in a fluid sentence. They all seem to be muttering different words that have a similar. So you hear Nixie, Nixie, Nix, Nakan, Nikar, Knock, Knocken, Nikar, Nix, Nixie, Nakan, Nikar, Knock. And you hear that going all through these geckos. Geckos? Geckos? Geckos. I tell this, I said gecko when I was a wee lad.
We'll ask Jeremiah if he knows what they mean. Because
Have
he
we
was
had a
just having
Jeremiah
wee
voice
little
yet?
chat.
I know.
No, you just say Jeremiah said this, or Jeremiah points you in that direction. That's
Welcome to getting a voice for every animal and every blade of fucking grass.
you don't want to do it. Don't let a druid in your party.
Bloody Pocahontas.
So you ask, you're asking Jeremiah what? If he knows what they're on about?
If he understands them, and because she noticed they were having a little chat before.
That's on about a water demon, Ruby.
There's a water demon here.
Rock now.
Alright, there'll be a water demon
Dead.
beneath the waters.
Dead Dave.
Stop laughing, you. It's my Yorkshire mouse that I'm going with here, right?
Yorkshire man.
So Ruby turns back to the others and goes, well, the geckos are broken, they're not talking anymore, but apparently there's a water demon.
Just from the floor, right? Eyes still closed. Xandria goes, we haven't got time for that.
Harry just points. Agreed.
Eyes still closed, still laying on the floor, still pretending to be asleep.
Well, maybe we do though. You lost your fancy weapons with those demonic runes, right? Like the infernal runes. What if this is connected to that?
As Sapphire says
loses
that, I'm
what?
gonna try and resummon my lance, since it is technically my packed weapon, and ergo.
You can read the
By the
rules out
laws of
all you want.
D&D.
You can read the rules all you want.
By the laws of D&D, you
Give me-
By the power vested in me by the wizards of the coast.
The power vested in the
Pack
DI.
weapon!
Homebrew territory now, bitches.
Ah, no, dragons.
Wizards of the coast have no power here.
They landed on the western coast and died. 300 geckos stood strong.
Through dangers untold and hardships unknown. Power weapon!
As you confidently reach out and reach into the very essence of summer and autumn itself to call your lance back to you, as it is indeed your pat weapon due to your warlockery and your pact with Whisper, the creator of fear. It does not return to you. Instead, you hear a whisper, a gentle warning. The longer you are not guarding the copper forest or the oasis of summer, your abilities will wane, and summoning this weapon back from places not of the material plane will be difficult. I will aid you this time, Sandria Summerbreeze, but do not lose it again.
Oh, bitch, you grounded.
and your lance,
Daddy Whisper said, you're a thin ice bitch.
and your lance
Yeah.
appears in your hand.
Ha! See, I told you.
Still lying on the floor, still eyes closed, lance in hand, just.
You all heard the whisper, by the way.
Oh shit.
Oh shit.
that's a
In
different matter.
That's a
Sylvan, I
different
assume,
matter.
if it was the creator of the Fae.
As what, sorry?
Was it in Sylvan?
No, it was in common.
No,
it was in a
it's-
language you all understood.
Which is
It's
Sylvan, I think.
Whispers
Whisper, yeah, I was gonna say
just-
Whisper
Yeah.
wanted us all to hear that shit.
You can pick a language, but you understood whatever Whisper said.
Uh-huh.
Sapphire does a slow turn to Andrea, like, shit was that?
The boss.
Still lying on the floor, eyes closed. Whisper.
What the shit was that?
No, it was pretty. It wasn't a whisper. That was pretty loud.
No,
No,
they're
no.
called Whisper.
Oh, okay. Is this the one who gives you your magic?
The creator of all faith, yes.
Oh.
Mm.
He's like, oh, that's cool.
now my-
Oh, that was not great words though.
And then Zandria's eyes do snap open and immediately find Kess and just be like, gotta go to the forest.
Get out of here first.
Oh, we need to
See you
cross
later,
across
fuckers.
the water. And apparently there's a demon in the water now.
Ruby, you can still hear, even though you're not engaging with the geckos, them repeating those words over and over again. Nixie, Nixie, Nakor, knock, knockin', knockin', Nakor, Nixie.
Has anybody heard of a water demon called a Nyx, or a Nox, or a Neekin, or anything that starts with that sound? Because that is all the geckos can say.
Can Ari?
Would
I
I
mean-
have heard it? You got some demon hunters, some monster hunters. You got
Yeah,
Harry.
I was gonna say.
Can you all roll a history check?
Oh,
A what
man.
check?
Okay.
History.
History.
That's intelligence
Intelligence.
based.
I've been doing not too bad with it. Well, I've just launched that dice across the room.
16.
So...
That was better than I was expecting. I mean, it's a flat 16.
I got an 18.
Got a +4 to history because some bitches are educated.
17.
You with your fancy learning.
Fancy learning.
So what did you get? Did you roll, Ruby?
No,
Do you want to?
I'm assuming Ruby hasn't heard of it because it's a demon.
That's not what I asked. Do you want to roll?
Alright.
Fucking roll, bitch.
Well, that dice has gone forever.
13.
It's
13.
alright, you've got plenty more, right?
Got a
You
whole
know
room.
of water demons, and you know of water fae and creatures bound to water, but you are correct. The name is not familiar to you. Did you roll, Zandria, or do you not care?
I did, I rolled an 18.
18. Sapphire?
16.
Kess?
17.
Ari?
19.
Right, so the four of you. So, Ari, you have heard of a Nixie, or a Nix, which is a what you presume to be a water fae or a creature of the water. They shapeshift and such. There is another word associated with them, but you cannot remember it for toffee. But of the stories told, they appear as a female entity. They're usually quite malicious towards anyone, and can always be found around bodies of water. The details of that, you can imagine, are hyped up with dark fairy tales from all the humans not liking fae, but basically Nixies and Nix are your two.
Mm-hmm.
The Nock and Nocken are familiar to Kess and Xandria for very much similar things. They've not heard of demons per se carrying those names, but you are very aware of fae that are of water. Who knew? That do indeed use the water as their hunting grounds maliciously. It is very rare that the Nock or Nocken, and even the Nixies and the Nix, are familiar, but you've heard of them from afar, whereas the Nock and Nocken are more local to the pools of water that are rarer across the desert lands and in other more fertile areas of the Surut. They generally appear as somebody very attractive to the person that is in their territory at the time. Let me just... So, bloody camera's doing me head in. Sapphire. Fae. Little people with wings. That's all you know about the fae. Demons is where it's at. Demons.
Yep.
You've heard of a Nynorsk, which is a demon that may or may not, you're guessing at some of the memory, but bits that you've read that this Nixie or Nix, like Nock and maybe related to it, but a Nynorsk is a demon that is... The waters that it holds as its territory are always taken, never its own. Almost invades an area of water, absorbs it, its essence, its elemental essence, any power that can be found within the good old H2O of that body of water, it claims to empower itself. In a very similar way, it hunts those that come near it, and it uses that. It can almost read the heart of a person and can appear to tick all those boxes to be an attraction to lure them.
Okie dokie.
You were one off, Harry.
I mean, it could be an Inorcan, but I mean, they invade bodies of water and kind of absorb whatever properties the water has, get stronger, hunt things around it. I feel like we would have seen one of those by now, though.
I mean, it's a big pool of water.
Is that what they're swarming around down there?
I don't know. I can't speak water gecko, but they don't look happy about it. Or do they?
They knew about the Tatharin Sasha though. They knew it was a trap.
Oh, that's because they've been here. All they're saying is the variations on the names. We get no more. That murmuring you can hear, that's them saying it over and over and over and over again.
Like, I just heard the stories about Nixie, but it's similar to the stories of don't go in the Copper Forest, you know? Don't go in the Fey Forest, don't go off the bath. They're gonna be female and eat your face. But we need to cross the body of water to get home, so...
Yeah, there's not really much of an option. I guess we hope it doesn't notice us this time either.
I just look at the body of water.
Come on, Drea.
if it makes you feel better, I won't go near you. He's done that big toothy lion grin. It's clearly fake, and he's just trying to cheer you up.
Learn a new swear word in Halfling.
Come on, Sapphire, the water won't hurt you. The Nixie might, but the water won't hurt you.
I'd prefer a Nixie or a
Don't
Ninok. Or...
say that. You'll.
That's all right, Kess. You're like speed in the water. You've got this, I'm sure. And Sapphire
Yeah, but
will.
the rest of you aren't.
Yeah, I can. We'll be fine. Hey, there's no dragon anymore. Maybe we can loot some of the stuff on the way out, right?
Just because there's no dragon doesn't mean it's not still the dragon's horde.
He makes his way. He makes his way into the water.
Dre, are you wanting some help across?
Please.
And Ruby's taken her boots off and is waist deep again. Swimming out.
Ari is following.
As you all enter the water, the geckos immediately all start coming to you like a blanket, and are all around you. It's like to the point now.
Blanket.
And Cass is staying here. He's gonna like pop Xandria out on the other side and just
You can hear them.
Back.
And then be like, farewell.
stay here.
You can hear
These are
them
my
doing
people
their small little screech that is soft, not high pitched. Ruby, you can just hear them repeating the words Nixie, Knock, and Nakor, etc. They don't say etc. And you all start moving out across the water.
Just the one at the back, etc.
Etc.
Told you not to read the books down there, Steve.
That's for a little label like etc. As you start
It's like-
moving out across the water, you're at a slower pace than a straight out swim, guiding Xandria. There's the way Kess is swimming with Xandria, it's as if you would be with someone you've rescued. Like,
Yeah.
he's on his back, he's cradling her, and there's almost floating with the odd paddle from Kessfield.
Yeah.
The geckos are around you all, and it's as if you are swimming, it feels like the water's thicker, they're bumping into you and such. You start going towards where the Y was before you head back down to the long straight towards the doorway you came through. And then you're splashing, and you can hear the geckos. They stop making noise, Ruby. You turn to your left, and Ari is gone.
Hi, bitches.
We can't keep a hold of him for 2 seconds.
People in the vicinity learn a lot more swear words in Halfling. There's druidic cursing in there. But there's a couple of swears and then Kess, Sapphire.
You all turn. There is
And
no
like
sign
while
of
she's
Ari.
paddling, she sort of like jerks her head to where Ari was, sort of to her left, and now there is a bubble or
It. Sapphire, can you any kind of like gesture, Xandria?
Before you do anything,
Just lying there, just.
Yep.
we're going to call a break.
Ooh.
It's 9:30, and we've gone over break the last 12 sessions. So
Yeah, we are.
The last 12 sessions have been the one day. So,
you played 25 minutes game time. So we're gonna have a quick break. We'll find out what happens to Ari, to Swords, to Xandria, to Ruby, to Geckos, to etc. And so we'll be back in 10-15 minutes. So tune in, kids. Tell your friends, and we'll see you in about 10-15 minutes. Shaboom.
oh boy.
Skadoosh. We should all be back. I said this with great confidence. Right, we're back. Part 2. Session 41. Fables among Titans. DnD5e Ed. The party are crossing the flooded hall of the great castle beneath. And they've lost one of their member. Instantly vanished. Surrounded by
It was about
geckos,
time.
all murmuring the words Nixie, Nick, Nakar, Knocker, Knocken, Nixie, Nix, Nakar, Knocken. Nixie, Nix.
Oh no, don't sing it. That'll be me for the rest of the session. Just going, oh, they're so cute.
Sapphire will kind of doggy paddle over towards Caspian. He can swim, but he doesn't like water, so he's trying to keep up as much as he can.
Keep the men up.
So-
Keep the men up.
Yes. Do you know, oh my god! If he shakes his hair,
Definitely some splash damage going on.
yeah, he'll kind of paddle over to Caspian and kind of prepare to take Xandria from Cass in a very gentle, very ginger way, like when you're handing someone a baby and they've never held one before.
Only a baby.
Is he wrong?
Good luck,
Is this
Sapphire.
Jade or Xandria asking? Because there's a very big difference.
Both.
One of them will hellish rebuke you. The other one is Andrea.
So I will pass off Xandria to Sapphire and drop down below the water to see if I can see where the sassafras Ari's gone this time.
Where your new husband has
Perception
gone.
check. Can't believe you chose him over me.
I mean, we did always predict that a summer breeze would marry Ari. We just didn't suspect it would be
I
Cass.
have better hair. Yeah, that is a 2020.
Somewhere
Right, seaweed
from
for hair.
120 feet away, Kess gets Eldritch blasted. What was your perception check, sorry?
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. You see Ari laying. The treasure beneath you already saw when you dived beneath last time. Vast spreads all around the flooded hall. To be fair, if Smog saw this, he'd be jealous. So you see Ari just laid there on the coins. And bits of other
Dude,
treasure all
a
around.
coin
Just-
angel by that art.
well, I'm more because
He's
he's
Scrooge
underwater
McDuck,
and
he's
just sort
Scrooge
of,
McDuck.
just sort of as if weighted
It was
down.
just
rather
the
floating.
visual image of
He's fine.
starfish in
He's,
the coin.
he's flying around the treasure.
Gonna dive down and try and grab him and haul his dumb ass back up.
Well, as soon as you grab Harry, there is a brief moment where things change, and the vision of Harry changes. Bright red skin, blacker than any form of coal or night sky or oil that you've seen. Eyebrows, a small goatee and a thin line of beard down the jawline. They're wearing like a leather crown band that just wraps around the band. There is a braided oil black ponytail hanging out the back of their hair, and studded gems, black gems all around this side of the eye. And I've gone blurry because we're underwater.
Again.
I'm that committed.
Bloosh, bloosh.
I was like,
There we go.
I've got my glasses on.
Yeah, no, it's just Adie's camera. He needs a new camera.
Chat, if you want to chip in for a new camera, and you see this, the image change, still in Harry's clothing, but you can see that then the neck goes beneath and his bright red skin. And finally, we meet. Nothing but bubbles. You've disappeared with this red creature. Sapphire, Andrea, and Ruby. Are you doing anything up top?
We have no indication because the
Give me a
water's
perception check.
clear as it.
Give me a perception check.
Wait, where's
16.
Oh, it's there. Bloody hell, I've got my glasses on and I can't see.
Dirty
Jesus
20.
Christ.
Dirty 20.
That is. Wait, what's my perception? Is it +5? Jesus Christ. 24.
Oosh. Ruby.
16.
So Ruby, you see, you kind of follow Kess is almost silhouette, not great detail beneath the water unless you dunk your head every now and then, and you see him swimming towards a humanoid shape at the bottom. You see the treasure in a not crystal clear state, but you can tell that there is treasure beneath. Sapphire and Xandria, you see Kesvion, and you see what appears to be Ari. And as Kesvion grabs Ari, maybe a second, maybe two at the most passes, and it's just bubbles, and they have both disappeared. There's a shit ton of treasure down there, in case you want to buy a new rubber.
This is literally just staring up at the ceiling, just...
I hate this place.
Oh, well, time to find some new party members. Let's go.
Where's the local tavern?
Yeah, where's the next nearest tavern?
Unless Andrea does anything, Sapphire is going to keep trying just to get through the water. He's concerned about Xandria now.
Ruby, give me an insight check.
I don't have any spell slots for
5.
my life.
5.
Yeah.
You are unaware of any change in the geckos other than that they went silent before Ari disappeared.
See, I was gonna ask him.
You can ask them, you just don't get a feeling from them.
So yeah, I ask if they can speak to the Nixie knocking.
No, all spreading around. No. Are you fucking joking? I am a half a hit point water gecko, and you asking me to speak to a demon?
No, I was asking if they can, because they're water geckos. It's a water demon. They might be, you know, on speaking terms. I don't know.
You see
I'm from the flipping Highlands, man.
You see the shinies. It's
Yeah.
It's not what you think.
It's none of the shiny things are real.
They're real, just not what you think.
They're not the dragons. Shit.
Do you know if the Nixie took our friends?
One of them. There's definite fear in these geckos.
Did they take the friend made of water, or did they take the human?
The friend made of what?
That's what they said Cass was.
I just like that that you've written it down. Might drop in other stuff later. The one that walks in sand. The little fair one, not the water one.
Okay, so I turn to the other and go, it's taken Harry, it hasn't taken Cass. Because that's what I get from it. It didn't take the water one is Cass. Right?
Xandria, only you hear this, and it is a familiar voice of your wallow part. And now we shall see what happens when people lose their magical items.
I turn back to the geckos and go, do you know where it would take him? Which direction their lair is, or
house deep.
Can you swim? Motherfucker, why would you put this here?
And
do you know what? Just call me when you need me.
When I'm on land and there's a dragon to fight.
Our water friend, he went down to help our other friend, but he's not come back up. So where did he go if he wasn't taken? Did you see?
No. They all look around at that noise.
Ruby sort of like gives the others a helpless look.
They're all
Puts
beds
Jarrett. Yeah, we've gotten no further than its house is deep. So I put Jeremiah in Sapphire's fur, give him a helpful look, take a deep breath, and with all the
really light, easily swimming clothing you're wearing, you submerge yourself in the
How
water.
many times can you do wild shape per rest?
Twice.
It's twice. And I turn into an otter.
There we go.
Sploosh.
And I'm just gonna look that up because I think they have an actual.
Jeremiah's just sat in Sapphire's fur. Holy shit, lass.
I literally can do absolutely nothing other than turn
Right,
invisible.
okay. So it's Weasel
Try
with
it.
swim speed, but I can't find the swim speed. But do I need the swim speed if I'm not in combat?
It's
Or
irrelevant.
do-
It's irrelevant at this moment in time.
Irrelevant at this moment in time, right? So as an otter, I swim down in the direction that Kess went.
Okay, give me a perception check.
Using otter stats, isn't it? So
Yeah.
yeah, so that'll be a 15 flat, I would imagine, given that I can't find it.
That's fine. 15's fine. Looking where you saw the ships, as you struggle to see them clearly as Ruby, but in your otter form, everything's a lot clearer beneath the water. Not crystal,
actually,
but clearer.
I'm not sure if it makes any. Well, actually, weasels have a perception of +3, so that was 18.
18. So, swimming to the location you saw them, you get down there. There is treasure everywhere. I say treasure. There is so many valuable items down here, whether it be coin, ornament, painting, a shield, a knife, a spoon, a full mithril dinner set now completed with a mithril spoon. There's just vast, like almost sand dunes of it beneath the water of how much treasure there is down here. You get to where Kesfion, or at least where you saw Kesfion heading, and the only thing that sticks out, and you can only, and it's one of those, you heard a story once, you've seen this item, it reminds you of that story. Oh, Kesfion and Zandria are from Surut, and you see a lamp, as in a story akin to a genie lamp, from the stories you've heard
The
from
oil lamp.
travellers coming up from the desert lands from Surut and passing through the Towan Highlands, speaking of such things, and when you were younger listening to the stories, something like, yeah, whatever. If it ain't sturdy and almost rectangle, it ain't a lamp. I want oil in that burning fire, lanterns, pouring tea. What's this fancy shit? Anyway, you see a... and it is silver in colour. And it just catches your eye and reminds you of... It reminds you of Kess.
Can I, with my little otter paws, pick it up?
You can. And as you
Swim
do,
it up.
Kesfion, you turn into a genie. Give me a sec.
That's all he's ever wanted, really.
So, I've always wanted to be a genie. 2 seconds. Nope. I can't spell. Let me just get the music for Kess. Entertain yourselves.
I am.
As done for. Just the one I wanted. Nope. That was my Dragon City. I can't find it. Ah.
Yeah, that's right. I was going to say. That's not good.
I did have it and I can't find it anymore. Come on. Come on. You're gonna annoy me greatly, aren't you, you bastard? I should have written it down. Sorry.
Yeah, Sawdust. Ruby does have her own artwork.
Yeah.
As mentioned earlier,
by
Lissy
Lilith.
Rain does all of the artwork. I put a link in.
There we go. Where are you? See if this works.
I think what you mean is that Jeremiah has his own artwork that comes with a druid.
Yeah.
Okay, the smooth.
Why are we
jazz.
suddenly got smooth jazz?
The smooth jazz is a lot more intimidating than the.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
The music is very scary right now.
So, you hear this music, Mr. Caspian. Oh, yeah.
If Caspian, you know you go.
I don't know how loud it is, actually, to other people. Hopefully chat can hear it. Oh, it's really loud on mine. So, Kess, you, as you grab Harry and you see this this creature with the bald head, the oil black thin beard and tash, and the ponytail that's braided and the leather crown. Leather. It's just a thick band of leather around the head. You appear in a very smoky room that you can see that there's furniture. You can hear music all around you that is upbeat, smooth. It's music you've never heard before. It's incredibly surreal. The thing that freaks you out the most is the music does not match the interior, in the sense of you recognise the interior. You've sat amongst it many, many a times as a wee fae growing up. There are silken pillows and coverings and very, very small, low tables with little balls of sugar dates and pistachios, dried fruits all around. There are very desert design jugs, drinking jugs.
No, that's
yeah, and cups and such. And it's almost like you are in a large canvas, like almost marquee tavern. Yep.
Yeah.
There's no people, but every now and then you hear people speaking, and you're kind of looking around. And as you look to the bar, in golds and reds with the odd trim of silver, very, very over the top. I mean, a lot of the people of the desert tend to wear looser clothing anyway for the temperatures, but this guy, they're massively baggy and over the top, you know, those heroic trousers of doom. The silks that are hanging off him and all through the down past his sleeves and such. It's just such a over the top gold, reds and silvers all around them. And he's just at the bar, just clicking his fingers to the music and bobbing his head. And on a silken pillow on the bar, you see your scimitar.
The look on Luke's face.
Give me my sword back, dickhead.
This is where Caspian gets really aggressively Glaswegian.
Hello?
They just sort of stop, hear your hello, and then carry on with the beat.
He's just gonna like kind of turn round, like 360 in the room, just like.
It is the absolute. If you took the music away, you are at one of the travelling taverns back in the desert lands. But you have the music, just throws it off. The large doorway in the tavern marquee, as it were, there's just a void, a black void with speckled stars beyond it. There's no, it's open, there's nothing, it's not closed or anything, it's just a void of space beyond.
Wait a second. Was the voice familiar?
Maybe. You are unsure. But at one point, you start looking around and everything shakes. Like a very small earthquake. And the guy at the bar turns. You can see the studded gems on his cheek. Caspian! How are you? Welcome to my abode. And does a small bow. It would seem somebody has a hold of my abode.
What's going on?
What's going on is you lost me. I give you a perfect blade. A perfect blade. And you throw it away in a pool to some Rulska demon.
Not intentionally.
I was there with you, Kesvion. You thrust me up in the pool. I scratched the infernal glyphs, and you let me go. It was definitely intentional, Kesvion Summerbreeze.
I mean, it was intentional to scratch whatever was at the bottom. It wasn't intentional to let you go.
You must be stronger if we are to work together. Our story will be great. You cannot just lose me to pools of water. How would they tell my story then? Lost to a well. We must slay demons and dragons. Great treasures must be found. The most beautiful voices. The most heroic faces. Much like the one you call Harry. And the one with the golden eyes. So fine. What is the lion called? He will tell a great story. We shall be a better story than he, Kesvion.
I don't think I want him. No, Ari's already got one of these.
One of what? He does not.
And he's gonna like sit down at the bar beside and just be like, I
had enough of this shit with tails and I want one of my own. I love it.
Don't want to know with tails.
This might be unusual.
As soon as you described the clothing, I was like, I know exactly what this is.
Are all of... Is everyone that embodies the sword, are you all like this?
Like
We're all
what?
part of a gang.
The greatest story ever told.
Yeah, that energy right there.
There is nobody like Alcathrope.
Bless you.
Don't make me laugh.
Sorry.
You are, yes, you're correct. You are definitely different to the person in the rapier.
Who is this person in the rapier?
Tails?
The cat.
You do know him.
I know of Tales of Wonder, yes.
Is there like a...
He's an imbecile.
Yes! Like, I can get on board with this person. Yes!
Well, calm yourself, Kesvion. It was merely a statement.
It's been a really long day.
I know. I've been there at your side until you cast me away into the water. Now you must know, to carry me, Kesvion, is a blessing and a curse. You will be blessed with heroic deeds, but they will consume you. For that is the true hero. And he sort of stares off and listens to the beat. The true hero.
Just kind of like look in the same direction, like...
It reminds me of Tariq al-Bakar. The sad blooper, the most beautiful voice the sounds have ever heard. Listen, soft. So, you will not throw me in the water again.
I mean, I didn't throw you, but I'll do my best
Some-
not to lose you again.
Some, what do they say, in the north? Some bastard tried to take me when I fell beneath the waters. Some demon. They do not know who they are messing with, eh? And he slaps you on the chest.
Yeah, no. Yeah. No? Oh.
You should be more confident, Kesvion, like you are in combat. I see the way you dance and spin. You should try a backflip. They will speak of it for years.
Hey, how would a backflip? Would that not just... That seems messy in battle.
Then do not miss and land it perfectly. You are graceful. Use that. You're not heavy and fluffy like the cat. The lion, sorry.
I suppose a lion's a kind of cat.
It's a very large cat, yes.
I'm sorry for losing you in the pool of water.
Ah, no need to be sorry. Apology accepted.
Good.
I only brought you here to save myself. You must understand this.
Why did you make yourself look like Ari?
I wanted to lure you here so you would not be taken by the demon. It worked very well.
Oh, are you the Nixie?
Oh, no. I am not a Nyx. I am a Jinn, you fool.
I'm sorry.
With a DJ.
Oh my god, you're right! Jeannie, I hate you!
Sorry, I'm just using, like,
Stop it!
group chats to cause chaos. I
You are!
did not mean that to be, like, disruptive. That's why I didn't put it in the chat, sorry. I'll behave.
Brutal, but correct. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. We were just told that there was a Nikon down here, and Ari went missing, and shit, I need to get back.
Say it. Slow down, Caspian. What is the demon that you just spoke of?
A Nixie, a Nikon.
Oh, no. They are the child of this demon. This demon is the Rusalka. The origin of such water fae and water demons. And a little same. This is
That's what's
scary. Watch.
Yeah.
I go bye-bye. 2 seconds. I'm back. Let's go. Sorry, sometimes the lamp takes away my focus.
Yeah. So it's not a Nixie, it's...
No. If it was a Nixie, I would not have brought you here. I would have let you
Okay.
slay it. It would try to bring you in with its wiles, but I trust you, Caspian.
So it's
You are an
something
intelligent
worse
fae.
than a Nixie.
It is the first Nixie, the one that they all are from. Like that one that talks quiet.
Okay, and it has Ari?
Well, I don't. And it sort of gestures around the...
Well, you do realise that if it's got Ari, then you might as well, and it kills him, you might as well just end up back in wherever you were before.
Ah, yes, the glass hand. I understand how this works. You bound yourself to the fae, to the human, to the... whatever Ari is.
Yeah, Ari.
But you cannot die within my abode. It is fine. You are eternal here. So either Ari dies and you live here with me forever. It's very good. The music is...
I'm sure it's lovely here, but I don't think
Well,
I
look,
can
you have
impose.
anything you could ever wish. And then we can find another hero to carry the blade of Kesvion and Alcatrob. Think of these stories. They would be parchment written for years, a millennia. Campfires, they would sing of us. But then I would have to... No, you must leave. You must leave.
I must leave.
Yes. Do not die, Kesvion.
I try not to.
If Ari dies, you die. I am lost.
I am aware.
So right now I do not like Ari, for he endangers our story together. This is a good part. Wait. Do not die, Kesvion.
Oh, yes.
We are going to have a moment, because I wish to be... You must go.
How do I do that?
Don't worry, your little, what do you call it? The Weasel is currently carrying my wonderful abode to your friends. And the one with the golden eyes.
Drea?
If that is what you call her, yes.
Okay.
I should really remember that. She's always by. Drea. Shush! Now go. And he turns back. Take this sword, otherwise this was pointless. Do not lose it again.
Thank you.
You are attuned to it. I know where you are all the time because you are wielding me. Remember that, Caspian. When you go into battle, you have me in your hands. Eh? Yes. Remember that. Now go. And he just shoves you away.
Sheathes it. Like.
I had to
sorry,
mute.
I'm good.
I had
You
to
have
mute. That was
possessed that
breaking me.
sword with the spirit of the mighty bush, though.
God damn.
It's a Noel Fielding character.
Oh,
You can't tell me I'm wrong. So yeah, what Otter Ruby has done is swum it up and sort of tried to
Let me just
hand it to Xandria from her little otter paws.
Take it, look at it, then look at the floor, and you can see the cogs turning. Of,
Ruby's not turning back for a minute because swimming's easier as an otter, so she just kind of squeaks
I
at
think
you.
you've got an hour, I think.
It's a couple of hours because it's like half your levels or something
Oh,
like
okay.
that. But I'm definitely all right for a minute while I just sort of like squeak at Xandria like
So,
it's otter for I don't know, looks fey.
looks fair,
as
smells fair, sounds fair.
as the otter hands you a silver oil lamp, very akin to the design of the Surut, you hear a splashing behind you. Kess, you are under the water. You quickly ready yourself instead of taking a gulp, and you break the surface. You are very aware the sword is with you. Is with you.
Reappeared.
Yes.
Just look at this oil lamp. Look at Cass. Look at this oil lamp.
Keep.
Do you throw it?
Don't.
I
Don't.
chuck it behind me.
Don't! Like.
As it leaves Andrea's hand, it just goes, and there's no more.
He'll kind of swim over to them. So yeah, apparently, that was. I'll catch you up in what that all was. Sword's back. That's cool. Worse than tails.
Wait, what? What do you mean worse than
What?
tails?
I'm honoured.
Did I stutter?
What has Ari is apparently worse than a Nixie. Apparently, it to Nixies and Nikon are like whisper to us.
Oh, so he's in the clutches of a deity, god, creator, first being. Cool. So and then she glances at the door, like the exit, and shall we then?
I mean, I can't leave him here.
There's you've all just learned the otter for fuck's sake.
And
Just-
all
yeah, just
the
a little
geckos go.
We, I'm presuming, Ruby, we need to find him. Because I don't know if it's just slowly drowning him under there or what, but if he dies down there, I'm gone too.
Oh yeah, you're.
And then the wall's gone, I think.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
not sure.
you're one and the same now, aren't you?
Yeah.
I did hear that whilst I was,
Pretending you were asleep. I know.
Yeah. yeah.
Wait, so we're not getting out of the water?
It might be an idea for you guys to at least get out of the water immediately just now.
Given that I can still speak
Like
to the
a
gecko,
penguin.
as an otter, I can still speak to the geckos. So I turn to the nearest one and ask, how deep and how far?
Forever.
There's.
Wait.
How do they get here?
How'd the demon get here?
Yeah. As far as the lizards can
House.
tell, which house? Where?
House. And they're sort of looking around.
Musings of Jade. Containment box thing? Question mark.
Is their house one of the shinies?
Shiny's house. Yes.
I turn back. I don't get to be a good swimmer anymore. If I don't turn back, I can't communicate with anyone.
Charades is an otter.
In this time, I'm gonna have ducked back onto the water and had like a quick sort of
You are living the dream, scooting around everywhere, other than again.
trying to see if I can see hide nor head of Ari.
No sign of him whatsoever.
Dungeons and Dragons version of Ariel's Cove of Treasures. Kess is now Ariel.
And you see the spoon. It was a fork in Disney. I get sued, right? So I had to change it to a spoon.
Yeah.
Okay. See a
Does
big...
that mean Ruby should have put it in her hair?
Yeah.
Alright, okay. So I go properly back to the surface, turn back into Ruby, and say, right, all I'm getting from the geckos is that they said its house was deep. How deep and how far? Forever, apparently. The shinies are also its home. So somehow it's in the pile of shiny things, but also an eternity away. That's
Right.
Like, isn't that kind of like what just happened with Kess too, though? Like, does that mean that one of the things down there is where Ari is?
a box or a portal or
So
as much as you can
One of those
shrug
things, yeah.
or like gesture vaguely while you're also sort of like treading water.
whilst you're thinking about it, Harry, you are taken beneath the water. You hear the slamming of a door behind you. And you turn around and there is the visage of the door you saw looking beneath the surface with all the watery swirls on it and such. And 3 steps in front of you down into a very boring cave. A few stalagmites, stalactites about the place. The odd dripping of water. It's very bland. The door is still beautifully crafted, well made. It's a very bland looking cave. Not that big either. You don't see many people. Well, you don't see anyone in there. Hey, you don't see many people walking through the
Kind of
cave.
be like, hello?
Nothing at first. This is the wrong one. I didn't mean to click it, so you might get some weird music.
So
I
I'd gotta
heaven
be
forbid
jazz
there was
again.
any weird music in this session.
No, right.
Like,
You don't know what I went through creating that.
you don't know what I went through hearing it.
Did you hear that, Harry?
Set me up a bit.
Oh, there we
Spooky
go.
music,
Spooky ambience. That is so much more
Spooky.
comforting.
Somehow it is though.
Or it's at least less threatening than lounge music.
If it gets too loud, let me know. So you shout hello. There is no response. The small cave, cavernous area in front of you is maybe 15 feet by 15 feet. It's a very small area. 3 steps and a door behind you. Give me a perception check.
need to roll at disadvantage.
Yeah, you do, because you're exhausted.
Yeah, I do. That's a 13.
It's alright. Wasn't high. Just taking a moment, realising you stood there piss wet through. You look around and you see 9 sunstones placed in the cavern, in the walls and ceiling, just spread about.
Kind of. He's very curious, because he was very curious earlier. So he'll kind of step over to one of the sunstones and kind of put his hand on it.
As you put your hand on one of the sunstones, you are instantly, your awareness of, you know, you've done a bit of training now, eh? There is a presence in the cave with you. Where they came from you do not know, but you turn, and there are several emotions that run through you right now. At first, you think you see Elva, and you sort of squint and you see Xandria, and then the person before you, they're just very attractive. Like, that's all you can think of, is they're very attractive. And you see, oh, her eyes are just like Xandria's, or there's a strange smile about them. They've got a little smirk that reminds you of Elva. Their hair, you can't decide if it's the deep brown of Xandria or the oil black of Elva. Maybe it's just the less, you know, there's low light in here. But there's definitely an imagery of both of them in this beautiful person in front of you. The clothing they are wearing is very ethereal and kind of floating about them as if they are underwater in loose clothing, but you're clearly not. And it's like they're not see-through, but they're revealing more than that you would expect to be potting around in a cave. No words, just staring at you as you touch the sunstone.
I don't know whether I have to roll for it, but I think you would be able to tell that it's not real. Xandria's not punching him. And it's quiet.
You are very aware that this person is not Xandria or Elva.
Yeah.
Like, it's not a... It doesn't appear dreamlike that there's a real person in front of you, but it is just akin to... They look... You know, they just look like Xandria and Elva. You can see, like, as they just sort of stand there and turn and a little smile, just things remind you of Xandria and Elva.
I'll kind of look at them and just be like, what do you want?
To talk? Of the 3 blades I acquired, only one of them remains. I was curious as to its wielder. And here you are.
I did not give you my...
It is all you
Sorry,
may
go on.
speak. That's alright. You did not give me your what? Permission?
Did not give you my blade.
It is here. And she gestures at the
Doesn't belong to you.
sunstones. You are correct. It does not belong to me. It belongs to you, eagle of the wall. You do look like him.
Look like who?
A Rycroft. It's been a while.
Which Rycroft?
Pick one.
We look alike. Cool.
If you wish it to be cool, it can be. And the temperature drops.
Listen, I don't have time for this.
Why not? Why the rush? And why, after all my hard work, did you let Natathrin go? I mean, I was still paid, but your family lines must be very upset. A lot of souls were given, blood taken. Not easy to bind a dragon to a wall. And those little dwarven druids, or how they claimed it was all their doing.
So you're the one that bound Natathrin, Sasha?
The one and only. Rusalka. Not at your service. Unless you wish to be. As I say, you do look like him, and I was fond. Are you going to tell them you let Natathrin go? Let your people know? Ah, the display above. Just smoke and mirrors. Maybe the air elementals did it. A fine move, by the way. Where do you think a soul goes when it has nothing to embody? To the winds. How long do you think the Tathrin will last without a vessel? Who do you think they will take?
The Tathrin will last. They have power.
They have Arterian. Their power is mostly mine. The Tathrin is desperate. She will seek. Maybe once. They will seek comfort in another. You are so easily manipulated, you humans. Not entirely human. I can get behind that. Or in front.
So I've been reliably informed, but I do not commit.
Why are you so restless?
Why?
You have all the time in the world.
Because my people are dying.
Then
do
they
not
should.
have all the time. My people are dying.
And you thought letting their protection leave was the way to save them. Fine decision.
It's not fair keeping. It's not fair keeping them here.
Then you
They're here
cannot
against their will.
mourn
It's not fair.
about your people dying if you will not allow them to be protected. I see you are angry. You let their shield go. You can't have your, what do they say, muffins and eat them. Do you wish to leave? You don't look happy here.
Why? Why do you need souls?
Have you ever bound a soul as powerful as a dragon's to anything? They do not giving lightly. Playing with souls requires souls. The same way a wizard uses components. They use bat shit. I use souls. And they taste far better. Why do I look like two people. Normally I'm able to hone my approach, but your heart confuses me. It makes me curious. Is it the eyes of one? The breath of another? Without knowing it, she's really close to you. What is it about them both that grips you so, Rycroft? If there was one that could stand before you now, who would you have me take the image of? Oh, I see it.
He just pushes him away.
She allows you to push, steps back. You wish to return to your people, yes?
Yes.
With blade in hand?
If it doesn't cost too much.
That is your judgment. I am Rusalka. I take on the form of the heart of those before me. Some say pray, others don't. It feeds me, gives me pleasure, sustains me. Allow me to see your reaction as you look upon the face of only one. You may leave with your blade. Insight check at disadvantage.
Good. That is
12.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So, the one with the golden eyes, or the sweet warm breath?
Zandria.
As they step back, you see her slowly. Her hair starts to darken, her eyes go golden, and you don't see Zandria. You see someone that, if you were to like double take, reminds you strongly of Zandria. I see it now. The twinkle in your eye, your heartbeat speeds. That is all I needed. And by the way, I lied. And she nods to one of the sunstones. And you see the sunstone glow the same way it did when you bound Ulrich's soul to the stone. Good luck. The door will open. And they fade away into mist and nothingness. And when it disappears, laid on the floor is your rapier with the eagle hilt, and now 2 of the 9 sunstones bound to a soul. And you just hear a as you look up the 3 steps, and the beautifully crafted door with the water sigils all over it opens, and beyond is water, not pouring in, just a wall of water, and just outside a ton of treasure.
Harry will look down at the other sunstone that's lit, shake his head, and take the blade and go up through the wall of water.
You go out, and it is, for a brief second, you are like dragged into it, and then you're floating, as floating is underwater, and you can see the feet as as Sapphire and Xandria are kind of paddling about at the top, you see that little swarm of geckos around them. You see an otter. Oh no, you're not an otter. You turned back, didn't you?
Yep.
You can see
Yeah,
Ruby's dress, whatever Ruby's calling it. Like how she's managing to tread water is an impressive thing. And you see Kesfion just one with nature, darting across.
He'll swim up towards them.
Cass, you see Ari coming towards you.
I'll speed over to him.
Do you breach surface?
Yeah, as soon as I've kind of caught up with him, yeah.
Cool. Are you near the group, or are you off to the side where you first came up out of the?
He was heading over to the group, so.
It's entirely up to yourselves. Just tell me where you all are, so I know who hears what.
No, if he sees Cass kind of coming towards him, I'll probably pop up a little bit further from the group for now. Just kind of look at him, just go. Can we just get out of here? I've got my rapier back, but.
You didn't. Did you, Rosalka? It's not an Nixie. It's not. Are you okay?
I don't know. I don't know anymore. I've got no idea what any of this means. I'll just swim over towards the group.
Let's get back to land.
You group up. Do you talk or do you make it to land?
As soon as Ari gets closer, just, oh, nice of you to join us again. Welcome back from wherever the fuck you disappeared to. You know, it's not like we wanted to leave.
Drea, not just now.
I'm just
Ruby
saying.
looks at a gecko and goes, "Will there be any more for any more, or
Any more for any more?
is there any other danger we need to deal with, or
Yes. Danger all the time.
Fantastic.
anything specific to right here, right now?"
And then they all in chorus, Nixie, knock, knock on, knock on, Nixie.
It's been dealt with, my love. Don't worry about it.
It's not an.
The-
Let's just out the water.
Anything akin to a gecko laughing is basically what you hear at that point.
Concerned.
It's been dealt with. Let's do this. Boom, boom, boom. Scoop the treasure up. And you make your way to the entrance you came into. Yeah?
Yeah.
It's me,
Yeah.
Look. It's me speaking. It's the voice of it. You get out the water. You scramble. You make your way into where the obsidian, copper, and brass constructs were. You are in front of you is the tunnels and such that lead up to the door that you originally took, where not Fantonio led you to. It will take you a good amount of time to get back there. Ari, you're exhausted. Some of you have your health back. You've had your short rests. Except, obviously, Ruby and Xandria. You have a moment. The sound of battle above has gone quiet, and it sounds very distant. I mean, it is distant, but before the volume of it was very noticeable, almost like a loud heartbeat. Now it sounds like it's miles away, but there's definitely still a presence of something going on above. The only way into here that you know of is that journey from that door down here. Looking around you, there's nowhere else that you could go. Honestly, looks a good place if you were to just rest. You are aware that if you go back through that door, you're going back into whatever battle is left. Just-
Ruby looks around at everyone. takes in the state of everyone and just goes, "Will I make tea?"
You know what? Yes, actually, I would love a sit and a cup of tea, Ruby.
I feel like there's a lot where a few of us are missing out on now. A talk would be good. I mean, I'm not looking a gift weapon in the mouth, but all of you now have your weapons back. You disappeared.
I mean, I feel like mine is fairly self-explanatory as I vanish my weapon and re-summon my weapon.
Of everyone, yours is makes the most sense. But for a while, Kesfion was in a lamp, maybe, and like a god of demons had Ari, and now you're both back, and you both got your weapons back, and like normally.
I do agree with you, Sapphire. It would be very interesting to hear the stories of both Kes and Ari and how they have suddenly managed to acquire their weapons again. Because let's be honest, you don't get anything for free in this life. So
that's my concern.
Exactly. So I suggest that whilst Ruby has put the kettle on, we have a quick discussion, have a drink, and then maybe just take some time to rest up again, because, and you're not going to hear this from me frequently or often, but I am actually exhausted. And if I go back out there, I am going to be useless. Do not repeat that. I never said it.
And in the wake of that revelation, there is just like that
somebody clip that, please.
wordless explosion of rage as Ruby opens her pack, and where Ari had like yanked everything out but couldn't decipher her pictograms, and then just like shoved it all back in. She's just like, ah!
Give me a
What
wisdom
happened? What?
Sorry,
Which of you?
trying to heal you and
You feel
doing very well.
a very small clawed hand patting you on the cheek, Ruby. Just softly and calmingly, as you see Jeremiah just chilling out with a flat cap.
I accept the little like the mollifying gesture, but I'm like,
If you weren't here, Jeremiah.
clearly labelled. Just didn't.
It was either that or you die.
She just like gives him a look, and then goes back to just like, and it's like watching a croupier move really quickly, just like as like things start getting put back into order, and like it's muttering, and occasionally you might hear a plant name or like an old wives' name for a plant name, and it's like, you hemlock tea if you're not careful. And
So Ruby starts making a brew.
Or possibly poisoning the rest of the party.
Suddenly
Do you
there's a
blame
little
me at this
hemlock
point?
missing.
Yeah, apparently, this sword has a gin in it.
do with a gin.
I mean, penny drops for it as Andrea straight away. Lamp, scimitar.
Yeah. Right, yeah, that
Um,
kind of makes some sense.
A
I
gin
guess.
that would give Tails a run for his money and possibly.
When you say a run for his money, do you mean in the good
He's
sense or the
worse.
bad sense? Oh,
He's worse.
fantastic!
Yeah.
Can I just see the scimitar, Kess, for a second?
Don't give her the scimitar. Don't do it. I like Tails. I don't know why everyone hates Tails.
I throw the scimitar over my shoulder, and I just look at Kess. What's its name?
Kess, as you are looking at Zandria, and she goes like that with a sword, you're like, and the sword's just behind her. Just hanging there.
I don't notice that. I'm looking at Kess.
Yeah, you don't notice it. Kess notices
Yeah,
it.
what's his?
Just
what's
going
his
to
name?
like not make eye contact, just reach over, just nope.
How did you?
They've been in it since I took charge of the sword, and probably long before
Right.
anyone else previous to me wielded it. It is what it is.
Sapphire bursts out laughing. Big, barely laugh. Real strong. Just, this is the best. You so didn't want to use it either, and now you've got your own tails.
Again,
Fucking love Sapphire.
because we know that, and I point to Ari, we know this one is called Tails. What does this one call itself? And is it going to manifest in the same form that Tails likes to do occasionally?
I like Tails' form.
It's because you're a cat and he's a cat, and
Ari,
I know there's some weird kinship there.
Ari, you hear when Xandri says this one's called Tails. You hear just to yourself, darling, I'm not the sword. Name it yourself.
Look, it doesn't matter right now. It's not.
No. It absolutely does, because
everything that has happened, Xandri, in the last 24 hours, this is literally at the bottom of my priority list.
It's at the bottom of your priority list. It's kind of it's peaking towards the top, because I want to know if this is going to manifest in the same form as Tails. I want to be prepared. Tails is bad enough. If you're saying that this is worse than Tails, I want to know what I'm dealing with.
Tails has helped us a lot.
Yes, but yeah.
I still fucking hate him.
It's the attitude.
My rapier.
It's the attitude, Ari. It's the attitude.
Xandria, since we got up this morning, I have been soul-bound to Ari. My soul has, what little of it apparently is left, and now helps hold up this wall against demons. And apparently I've been bestowed a gift by a dragon. And I'm kind of trying to process all of that right now.
It is at this point, Xandria, that you notice the glass, the broken glass effect across Kesrion's hands, and the ivory scales that are forming around his wrists and forearms, and every now and then as he's moving his head and talking to you, just beneath his chest and such. And his eyes have a piercingness that wasn't there before.
So you'll forgive me if I really, in the scheme of things, don't really care too much about if there's a weird djinn living in this sword.
Right, okay, yeah.
I mean, instead, turn.
I'm gonna be honest, Kess. I have been waiting, at least 80 years for you to have a day as bad as I have been having. So it was about time.
He will literally just get up and walk away at that.
Which way do you walk? You've two choices: back towards where you've just come, or back towards the stairs.
Probably back towards the way that they just came.
Cool.
I just watched Kess leave.
Okay.
Sapphire is like shuffling over towards Ari. How did you get away from a demon god?
I was going to ask you about this. What demon god? I thought it was a Nixie.
No, Kess said he spoke with whatever his sword is called, and his sword provided us with the information that whatever it was that I'd taken you was the equivalent of what Whisper is to me and Kess. being the creator, the first, you know, of Nixie and all those that come with that line of creatures.
Oh, this day just gets even better.
Yeah. So you see how I'm like getting away from a demon is a big deal. Getting away from that thing.
Yeah, I don't know if I got away scot-free, unfortunately.
I mean, I'd
What
be
do you
shocked if you did.
mean?
Give me a charisma
You'll,
saving throw, Harry.
At disadvantage. Oh no, ability checks in it. So normal. Not 20.
Cool.
Not 20.
That feeling you get when you think or see Ulrich, yep, for a fucking heartbeat races through your mind when you start talking to Xandria, but you shrug it off as nothing. You don't even realise it's happening.
I mean, I know it, but dumbass don't know it. You kind of just give her a weird look. And just be like... I don't know. I got my rapier back. But...
Can I insight check, Ari?
Yep.
If that's how you're responding, Ari, I'm
Roll
gonna
inside.
assume I'm
Roll
gonna pick
inside.
up on that. I always have to check whether that's Ari saying it like that or if that's Mel saying it like that. Ooh. Pretty sure I get +2, so that's a 19.
You are completely convinced that Ari is not lying to you, but isn't confident that he himself is telling the truth. He honestly does not know, but he's not doing it in a deceptive way.
I will stare at Ari and just kind of... Yeah, you generally don't know, do you? That's probably more concerning. I think I would have liked it if you were actually lying to me.
Kinky.
Did you... What?
What?
You
What?
said what you thought you said. It took me a minute to process as well. I was like, what?
Lie to me, you fucker. Hey, mate, if I sat on Pinocchio's face, I'd shout lie to me, I'm just saying, alright?
I mean, I was gonna have Barry say I wouldn't lie to you. Then I thought better of it because he probably will lie to you.
He's wept. Right, okay, yeah. Anyway. Okay, so yes, that's probably mildly concerning that you have reacquired your weapon from something that is the equivalent in viewing of Whisper, and you don't know what the consequences are.
I mean, I know, like, today has just been the longest, strangest day. Met a dragon, and soulbound to your brother. Where is Caspian?
You see Cass kind of several feet back, where you fought those three constructs, just kind of chilling out the way. I say chilling. Yeah, he's over there.
He's over there. Hey, look at this. You kissed one summer breeze and now you're bound to the other. What a day for you.
Funny right now.
Ruby, give me a nature check.
19.
Tea smells good and ready to serve.
Tea.
Yeah, Ruby basically, she's not even looking at everyone. She stands up and says, matters not. You, come back. You two, stop bickering. You, put the sword away. Everyone is going to drink this. We are all going to sleep. And the tea smells if something can smell dark and bitter and herbal, and it's not a light, refreshing scent like you
Feel
would
like
expect
19
from like
were
a
wasted.
peppermint, like a peppermint tea that like might wake you up a little bit. This is, yeah, there's nightshade in this, there's hops in this. This is gonna make, no, genuinely,
Oh, yeah.
nightshade is used as,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's
This
sleepy time tea.
Don't take away my
this
comedic
tea,
effect.
this isn't just like lavender and chamomile tea that relaxes you. This tea is sort of like the color of licorice. This is the
Who
hardcore
takes the tea and who
sleep tea.
reacts as Ruby instructed?
Yeah.
I mean, I have not moved. In fact, I will be pulling out my pipe so I can have a tea and smoke.
Cheeky smoke while you brew up.
Cheeky desert sand smoke.
Guess,
No.
do you return or do you
Kess
stay
has
over there?
continued his wander back down to the water side.
Are you gone all the way back down, yeah? Cool. You see the geckos
Ruby.
all waiting at the waterside. Loads of them, like now to the point where it's so thick that you reckon you could walk on them. I wouldn't advise it, but
No, he's just going to sit beside the water side and kind of sort of splash at the geckos for a bit.
they splash back.
Ruby literally, it's a high-pitched whistle designed to call a dog from miles away over the hills. But Ruby has literally whistled for you because she is not chasing after you with tea. She's done.
Guess you hear some high-pitched whistle. Maybe a bard's joined the party.
Hey.
Me and my one level of bard.
While you lot are brewing up, just drinking it, is exactly how Ruby described, and does exactly as intended. It gives you that chilled out, almost drowsy effect, and you are all wanting to sleep.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Sapphire does not fight it. Sapphire will happily go sleep. He will curl up.
Does any of you keep a watch?
Kess will come back up and watch.
So, Kess, as you come round, you see your sister, you see the massive white lion, the porcelain doll-faced human druid, and your new soulbound friend. All asleep, all resting, deep, like where they're laid. Could be a little bit of an awkward position, but you are aware that everyone is absolutely tanked, and they are fast asleep. You look about the place, it's quiet, strangely quiet now, and every now and then you sort of flinch as you hear the clash of metal far, far away, just a ting on the air, or a deep thud. Give me a perception check.
Okay, cook. That is 22.
In the entranceway that you all walked, like down into this area from your original start, there is a light breeze accompanying a mist that just blows 5 feet in front of a warrior in a muscle cuirass. You know, the chest piece shaped into you know, a 42 pack, because why not?
Yeah.
They have the smooth pauldrons. They have the helm that is very the Corinthian style helm, and they step through. Their skin is a dark blue with white filigree all over it. The armour and weapons remind you of Adarnus, but when you saw Adarnus before, he was a powerful air elemental.
Yeah.
What you see before you is akin to an air genocide. Do you know what I mean? It is. They look just like a blue-skinned human, just coming through. They stagger through a little bit. They look towards you, and now where there was orbs in Adarnus, you see actual eyes, and they are the orbs have got a blue, and then there's a white iris and a black dot. They take their helmet off. Their hair flows unnaturally, white mist, and then settles as if long locks on shoulders. they pull from their side, from their belt. They now just look like a fighter from the lands of Vitoria with blue skin and white swirls. Their white hair pulls down. He reaches down, pulls out a leather band, ties his elemental air hair in a ponytail, holds his helmet, shield on back, and a long sword in hand. Gersvion. And you recognise the voice straight away as Adarnus.
Thank you.
It is not yet midnight, but my forces are near depleted. I have sent them
I
back,
would not ask.
but I
I
will
would
stay.
not ask you risk anymore.
It is too late. I am already here. I use my power to send my people back, but I will remain on the wall and fight for you.
Adarnus, please return with your people.
It is not your choice to make. How are your people?
Fractured, but we'll heal.
You're very strong, but not very bright. I mean that of all of you.
I'm aware.
Maybe you should find those of smarts. There are many people in the world that can do the thinking for you.
Yeah.
I'm going back up. They're still fighting. There are those ash demons still within the walls. I am okay one-on-one, but if another arrives, hopefully the humans can help. There is a Goliath known as Nala. She was here working, but she joined the fight. Devastating. Seek her out. She's planning to leave to the west with some of the those that cannot fight. I will stay here and help defend the wall.
Thank you.
No thanks needed. The favour you asked for in return was nothing in comparison to what you did for those of the air elemental plane. The city of Batar will always honour your name, even though you are of water. And there's a slight grin as he thinks he's made a joke.
Quite well.
I always do. And thank
I
you.
wouldn't doubt it.
Take care of your people. And seek some brains.
I should try.
And he puts his helmet back on. Die well. And off he walks. Back up. And we shall call the session there. Well done, people. You got your swords back. And that's all that mattered in the end. Was getting the swords back.
Screw the consequences.
So, let me... what am I doing?
Don't know. What are you doing?
Fuck knows. Winging it. So, thank you very much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you're enjoying it if you watched it on YouTube or the VOD on Twitch, which you can do for 60 days before it bins off. You can go to YouTube or, like I say here, for the last 60 days, but we've been going a year now, so it's probably gone. But if you go to YouTube, you can see what everyone's done so far, how they've gone from meeting up on a boat captained by druidic dwarves to beneath the ivory wall, freeing dragons, facing demons, and the alleged creator of Fae, or one of. I hope players enjoyed yourselves. I hope it was good. You got your swords back. There's some weird and wonderful NPCs in there. I might have to go and have a cold shower, but
Jeez.
Thank you for rolling with
So
it. Worse than Tails.
Oh, I loved it.
Worse than Tails. So,
Can't wait till he starts crimping at us. Like,
thank you very much for continuing playing. I'm loving seeing where you're taking your adventures. Thank you very much to those that have watched. Like having a little having little people, it's little people, everyone's little, I'm massive. Having people join in and watch and throw comments in, it's fun, it's cool, it's great. The fact that you've remembered stuff from previous sessions is humbling. It's an honour to have you all there heckling us from the sidelines. Hopefully, when we all get back to norm, we can do bigger and better stuff out in the big wide world. So look out for all those cool announcements when we start raiding conventions and such. But until then, just look after yourselves. Is Ashana streaming?
Nope.
Cool.
No.
So look after yourselves. Check out our sponsors. You've got Loki Battle Mats, Coyote Grey, Ashana, Ruffworx Creative. Go check them all out. Hello, Mr. Wilcox. We're just leaving, but thank you very much for jumping in. Take care of yourselves, and we'll see you all next time. We are streaming, which hopefully, don't worry, just have a look at the VOD. It's the best session you'll ever see in your life, and you'll definitely want to follow Mr. Wilcox.
Oh, jeez, it was
Tuesday, every Tuesday.
it was a session.
What a time.
Our Dungeon Master for Friday's game has just moved house, so hopefully their internet's back, and then we'll carry on with stuff like that. But until then, take care of yourselves, and we'll see you all soon. So, say goodbye, players.
Goodbye, players.
It's gravy time.
It's gravy time. Thank you, Mr. Wilcox. You are 601, closer to that 1,000 mark. Million. Take care. Bye.
Bye-bye.